Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods has a big memorial concert coming up. We're going to talk about that and much more with our guest, Stuart Hack. Thank you for joining us, Stuart.
Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. Always welcome. We always love having the Reformed Temple folks on. They always have great things going on. Before we get to the concert, though, you guys have your usual meeting coming up that we want to talk a little bit about, the annual membership meeting?
Yes, that's the time when the officers change. And it's particularly important this year because my wife is president. She's been president for 2 years, and she's going to be retired from the presidency. Are we going to have fun?
Yeah, you get to relax a little bit, right?
Indeed.
The actual retirement. I think it's
Yeah.
funny, so many people come to this community and they get more involved and more busy than they were when they were actually working full-time jobs, it seems.
But we do it because we love it.
Right, you get to
Which is
choose
the
the things. You're
difference.
not doing it for income, you're doing it for the love of it, so
Yeah,
that's a real
yeah.
fun thing too. But I can appreciate the idea of and we get to have some fun times now.
Yep. In addition. So that's on Sunday, June the 23rd at Clubhouse 5, 2 o'clock. And so we have the official election of officers as if anybody's going to vote against the people who were nominated. And committee reports, accomplishments during the year. And thank you to the outgoing board members. And then we even have refreshments. It's going to be interesting refreshments this year.
Oh, interesting. Okay, we'll take that. That sounds like a good one. And Reformed Temple always has a lot going on, so I know there's going to be a lot to talk about the highlights of the past and then the future. But let's look a little bit into the future and talk about this memorial concert, Fran Braun Memorial Concert that you have coming up.
Yep. So it's a tribute to Debbie Friedman, and people who go there are going to have a fabulous experience. Debbie Friedman is a former Laguna Woods resident.
Right.
She passed away in 2011, and she was called the Joan Baez of Jewish song. Her songs have been widely integrated into Shabbat services through all the branches of Judaism, as well as in Christian music, Christian church music. Cheryl Friedman, her sister, who also lives here in Laguna Woods, is going to narrate an audio visual of Debbie, so we'll see her performing and find out about who she was as a person. And then Barry Silverman and the South Coast Symphony Orchestra, there will be 25 musicians playing an Orin composition for orchestra of some of Debbie Friedman's music. And this composition has been played in major environments all around the world. It is beautiful. I've heard it a couple of times. And then Juanita Sue is going to do a multi-denominational choir singing Debbie Friedman's music.
Wow. And it seems like Debbie touched a lot of people's lives, not only in her music, but also living here, right? And being among the folks here.
It was wonderful to have her here. She traveled a lot, but this was her home base because her mother and her aunt lived here as well as her sister. Frances Baum, she was a resident here and passed away January 30th, 2022. She had a beautiful voice. She sang in the women's choral group, the Harmonaires. She danced with the Rock and Rollers. She was a bona fide clown and entertained in hospitals for patients and brought cheer to people in need. She was also a member of the Council of Jewish Women, and she was a bridge player. She did slip casting. She was quite a gal. She also organized a book club here. So her husband Bert was looking for a way to memorialize her. And because of her connection to the temple and because of her love of music, he approached our board of directors 2 years ago and said he would like to do something. So last year he sponsored the musical entertainment when we had our fundraiser last year, and he's sponsoring the entertainment again this year. And Bert's an interesting guy. So Bert is a former Third Mutual board member.
Okay.
And he survived that.
Yeah, well, that's a tough gig. I've seen the meetings.
It's a tough. It is. I'm not volunteering for that. But he's currently on the boards of Laguna Woods Village Foundation and also the History Center board.
Okay.
So even though he's well up into years and he's a bit fragile, he is still participating effectively in our community. So they chose this as a way to memorialize Fran, recognizing her devotion to music and Judaism and her connection to the Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods.
So what do you guys use when you guys do these fundraisers? Where do the monies go? How do they support the Reformed Temple?
So the Reformed Temple is unusual for many reasons, and one of them is that we don't have a building. So
the temple without walls.
A temple without walls, exactly. So we rent clubhouses here for our Friday night services and our high holiday services and our events, which is an amazing opportunity. Living in this village, just to be able to do this. But by doing that, we keep our dues very low.
Okay.
In fact, we just raised them.
No overhead, so to speak.
Our overhead is our clergy and Juanita Sue, who is the choir director, and some part-time help for our events. So it's a wonderful opportunity for people to belong to a temple, and it's very inexpensive. But the fundraising is what pays for much of what goes on in our temple.
Gets you from A to B and make sure you can continue the great programs that you're already doing. So just for a reminder, folks, Sunday, June 23rd, Clubhouse 5 at 2 o'clock. That's the annual membership meeting. Get out to that and enjoy some great exotic foods, some different foods, as it says. And then, of course, we have Sunday, June 30th, 2 p.m. at the Performing Arts Center. We have the Fran Baum Memorial Concert and musical tribute to Debbie Friedman. So
tickets can be bought at the box office. We also have the opportunity for people to be donors, and they're more expensive tickets, but it includes a party afterwards with the musicians, and those tickets can be bought through Carol Sandusky in our temple.
Okay.
I don't know. You want her phone number?
we have the information on the screen, I think.
Good. Okay.
Stuart Hack from Reformed Temple, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with your upcoming events. And you're watching This Day. We'll be right back.